Feeling overwhelmed and drained? Imagine creating a beautiful beach scene with just few brush strokes, even if you are not artistic. In this video, I guide you through a easy watercolor beach scene designed specifically for stress relief, proving that anyone can find calm through art. Get ready to release tension and discover your inner calm. Before we begin, let's gather our simple materials. I'm using 300 GSM watercolor paper today because it can hold plenty of water without buckling too much. For colors, you can use blues, yellows, sap green, darker green, or indigo. You will also need a thick flat brush and few round brushes, tissue paper, clean water, and most importantly, a willingness to simply enjoy the process. Remember, today's painting is not about creating perfect beach scene, but it is about allowing water, pigments, and time to work together. Let's begin by wetting the entire sheet. Take your flat brush and gently cover the paper with clean water. Move slowly. Listen to the soft sound of the brush. There's something incredibly calming about the preparing the paper. We are creating a space where colors can flow freely, just as we need space in life for our emotions to move. Now I'm dropping in soft blue pigments for the sky. Notice how the colors immediately begin to spread. I'm simply placing the paint and watching. I gently tilt the paper and allow gravity to do its work. This is one of my favorite parts of watercolor. The pigments begin creating soft blends on their own. The water knows where to go and the paper guides it, and we simply observe. Near the horizon, I'm adding some yellow. This creates the feeling of soft evening light. The beauty of loose painting is that every viewer sees something different. Allow the colors to softly merge. No hard edges, only softness. Now I'm dropping sap green into the wet paper. Watch what happens. The pigments begin blooming and spreading naturally. Tiny textures start appearing almost by themselves. This is why I love watercolor. We are not painting every leaf. Nature is painting with us. The texture of the paper, the amount of water, the movement of pigments, everything works together. It almost feels like a collaboration. Sometimes we don't need to do more. We simply need to allow things to unfold. I'm now adding slightly darker greens toward the bottom. This gives depth. and creates the illusion of denser bushes. Notice how beautiful the textures become as the minutes pass. Take a moment and simply observe. This is one of the most relaxing things about watercolors. Watching colors slowly transform, watching shapes emerge, watching something beautiful happen without forcing it. How often do we allow ourselves to simply observe instead of rushing? As you're painting with me today, I would love to know what has been your biggest source of stress lately? Is it work, overthinking, relationships, feeling overwhelmed, or anything else? Share it in the comments below. You may discover that many people here are walking a similar path and you're not alone. Now let's begin painting the water. I'm adding soft blue strokes for the beach reflections. Very gentle movements, nothing precise. Remember, water reflects the sky. Keep your brush loose, allow gaps and imperfections. Imperfections often create the most beautiful paintings. Now I'm introducing the sandy beach. A little yellow, perhaps some burnt sienna if you like. Allow it to softly blend into the water. The shoreline should feel peaceful and gradual. There are no rigid lines in nature. Everything softly transitions into something else. Perhaps healing also happens that way, slowly, gently, and almost invisible. Now, take a slow breath in and slowly breathe out. Now comes one of my favorite techniques. I'm taking a tissue and gently lifting some of the excess moisture, and instantly, soft clouds begin to appear. Look at that texture. Sometimes removing paint can be just as powerful as adding paint. And perhaps the same is true in life. Sometimes peace comes not from adding more, but from letting go. I'm adding tiny dots and textures to suggest grains of sand and small details. Nothing complicated, just enough to create interest. Use watercolor paintings work because our minds naturally fill the missing details. You don't need to paint everything. Allow your imagination to participate here. Now, with a thin brush, let's add two tiny figures walking on the beach. Just simple shapes, a head, a body, a suggestion of movement. These tiny people instantly bring life and emotion into the painting. Did you notice that? Let's add soft shadows beneath them. Immediately, the scene feels more real, isn't it? That is because shadows ground our subjects and they create beautiful storytelling. And here we have our beautiful monsoon evening beach scene. Notice how different every painting can be. Your sky may be different, your brushes may spread differently, your textures may surprise you. That is the magic of watercolor. It reminds us that beauty doesn't come from control, it comes from flow. And perhaps that is why painting can feel so calming. For few moments, we stop worrying, we stop overthinking, and we simply watch water and color dance together. If this painting brought you a little peace today, subscribe and continue this watercolor journey with me because anyone can find calm through art. You don't need to be an artist, you simply need to begin. So begin here. You're watching The Katha, a channel for calm, creativity, and connection, and I'm Deepika, an artist and a healer, here to help your busy mind to slow down using watercolors. Thank you for subscribing. Until next time, Keep creating, keep breathing, and keep choosing peace.